Patriot Clipper tested the ability of military and its civilian counterparts to work together and respond to a natural disaster at forward operating locations and full-range operations in high-threat regions with forces rapidly deploying and redeploying. Members of the 439th ALSIF and Aeromedical Evacuation Squadron, 302nd Maneuver Enhancement Brigade, and the Marine Air Support Squadron 6 from Westover, as well as the 452nd ALSIF from March Air Reserve Base, Army National Guard MEB from Natick, Mass., 103rd Airlift Wing from Bradley Field, Connecticut, and the Federal Emergency Management Agency from Maynard, Mass., all participated in the exercise. They simulated being at a bare base where they would need to get personnel and support equipment into the theater of operations. They specifically simulated how they would respond to an earthquake, hurricane, or any other kind of humanitarian disaster they may face. The goal of the mission was to open the airfield and set up a CRE and joint task force, creating capability for incoming mission support, security, troop sustainment, search and rescue, law enforcement, and base defense to deploy teams to multiple incidents and operational areas. Working as a joint task force is not something that many citizen airmen or reserve soldiers and Marines have had the opportunity to do. How did you feel working with the tenant units, the Marines, as well as the Army and FEMA? Do you think that went well? That was a good experience?
Absolutely. It was very different for me. I've never worked with any other branch other than the Air Force, so it was a good learning experience how their culture works and how ours intertwines with them too. It was very good.
If there's one thing that you're going to take home with you and teach one of your airmen in your shop, what would that one thing be that you learned this week?
Just how to coordinate with the other agencies and become the interoperability that comes with both sides, all sides of the DoD, and working with the other services, what that entails. I think you need to learn ranks, because I like to be able to address the Marines corporal or sergeant, gunny sergeant, whatever that may be. So go ahead and learn the rank structure of what it is so you can use the proper term of address.
They transported more than 290,000 pounds of cargo and performed more than 20 sorties in a 4-day period. However, due to the nature of the mission and the unpredictability of how aircraft will hold up during these types of exercises, there were some unexpected curveballs thrown at the ALSIF commander and support staff during the exercise.
So the biggest challenge for us always seems to be the maintenance of the planes and putting the cargo, because no matter what, when you need to get cargo in the theater, planes break on the way to the theater. And so the biggest challenge for us is when the planes break, how do we still get the people and the cargo into our theater of ops for Patriot Clipper? And that's been our biggest challenge.
As reservists, members participating in the exercise are not exposed as often to these types of events as their active duty counterparts, so there is often a steep learning curve when jumping into an exercise like this. It's also why, as citizen airmen, we perform exercises regularly to be ready to take action at a moment's notice. The Reserve ALSIFs provide 45% of the entire Air Force capability for the Global Air Mobility mission. Having these exercises proves to leadership in the Air Force that the Reserves is a critical part. As the exercise began to draw down, participants seemed to be in agreement that the exercise was extremely educational and worth all the hard work that was put into it.